All right. Thanks everyone for joining tonight's session. Quickly, I'll introduce myself, tell you a bit about the company, share a few slides with you, invite the facilitator that will take you on the journey to shed more light into the life of a WordPress web developer. Then finally, we'll take questions and answer at the very end of the session. So I really appreciate if everyone can mute their mic. At the end of the session, you can raise your hand and we'll call you to ask your question. Also, you can drop your questions on the chat as well. We'll be more than happy to answer those questions at the end of the session. All right, so let's get started without any further ado. My name is Akin Oladeji, and I happen to be the founder of Learn with Pride. Learn with Pride is an IT training organization based in the UK, but we have students all around the world. We specialize in IT trainings for people that wants to transition from either non-IT background or non-technical background into the IT space. So we run different IT trainings, practical trainings, eight different IT trainings ranging from project management to Scrum Master, business analysis, product owner, data analysis, DevOps engineer, software testing, database administrator, web development, and also this one, WordPress IT support, just to name a few. But we run like 7 or 8 different IT trainings. And the reason we are different is we concentrate on what we know that matters, on what is important for you to land your job. We don't beat around the bush. So that being said, we don't focus on certification. If you enroll with us, the knowledge you are going to get is, will be useful for you if you are to get a job tomorrow. That is what is important because it's not about certification. Nowadays, companies are looking for people who can do the job, not people who knows the job theoretically, if you understand what I'm saying. So we focus on the practical aspects, getting your hands dirty, and we provide support, mentorship, you know, um, anything that is required for you to succeed on the journey, we provide. And the most important of them all is the support, because when you are going through a transitioning journey and you don't have any backbone, you don't have anyone to run to, you don't have anybody to back you up or anyone to ask questions or solve your issues, then you might feel discouraged and just back out. But that is why we are different. We provide you with different kind of support, even on the job support as well when you finally land your role as well. So about the company has been going strong for over 4 years now. And over that 4 years, we've enrolled, or over 20,000 students has enrolled in our training institute. So over 20,000, that ranges across all the trainings that we offer as well. So one second, give me 1 second. This pause. All right, so I'm going to be showing you the start of that one later on in my slide. Um, about myself, I transitioned as well. My background was in accounting, and it got to a point, I was tired of accounting. I needed a change, and the course that I stumbled upon was software automation engineer, which involves coding, and me coming from a background whereby all I knew was debit and credit, balance sheet, trial balance. That is all I know, purely non-technical. And I asked the question, will I be able to cope on this training? And the guy said, if you are determined enough, there's nothing impossible for you to achieve. So I'm back on that journey. It was like a 3 months course as well, but with little support. But because I was so determined, you know, I said to myself, come rain, come shine, I'm going to make this work. And after I completed the course back then, probably a few weeks after I completed, I started having interviews back and back. And to cut the long story short, I landed my first role as a senior software automation engineer. This was someone who just completed a 3 month, course. So that is why I know and I believe that for anyone that come on any transitioning journey, as long as you put your mind to it, you don't need a technical background. You don't need an IT background. The only thing you need is your determination. And with that determination, it can take you far and wide. That your determination can open doors, unbelievable doors for you, international doors. It can open for you. Please, can we stop writing on the screen? Please, can we stop writing on the screen? I'm going to stop sharing and share again. Please, let's stop writing on the screen, please. Thanks for that. All right. So it will open doors that you never dream of, to the extent that you can start earning in foreign currency, And the good thing about transitioning into any IT career path is because this is one of the advantage that COVID brings our way, Since after COVID, companies now realize that regardless of your company, regardless of your country, as long as you have what it takes to do the job, they are ready to give you the job. So you might be living in Nigeria, Gambia, Zimbabwe. You might secure a remote job with a company in Hungary, Austria, Australia, UK, a freelance role you can secure. But you can only secure this job if you have what it takes. If you have the required skills and knowledge, that they are looking for, that is when and only when you can even compete or apply for such roles. And that is why we are here, to impact you with the right skill, to impact you with the right knowledge that you are going to be needing, because at the end of this course, we want to make you job ready you know, regardless of the country you are. I know most people on the call will want to start applying for, remote jobs. And there's no other discipline or career path, that you can learn quickly when it comes to, WordPress web development is one of the quickest, training out there that you can learn so easily and, transition and know what you're doing and start getting international jobs as well. Can we please mute our mic? Thanks for that. So quickly, without wasting our time, let me go through the slide that I have. All right, so I'm going to be using UK as a point of reference because that is where we are, but it doesn't matter because I believe most people on this call, by the time you are done with the training, you want to start applying for international jobs as well. So using UK as a point of reference, the average salary when it comes to web development or WordPress web developer is around £50,000 per annum. But if you are considering a contract role, which most people on this call will be going for a freelance role, you'll be looking around £300 a day, £400 a day. If you are getting £400 a day, that is like £8,000 a month. Even if the contract is only for 2 months or 3 months, you've earned a lot in that 3 months. And the thing is, why you stand a better chance of securing that role is because the people giving you the job. Take, for example, a company in the UK is looking for a WordPress web developer, right? They know if they look for someone within the UK, it's going to cost them around 600, 700 per day. But they know they can get, the same talent, the same skill outside the UK. They now, they approach someone in Africa, instead of them paying 600, they are paying £200 a day for that person. To them, they think they've gotten a bargain because they are saving like £500. But even for someone in Africa, £200 per day, by the time you convert it to your local currency per day, that is still a lot of money. Take, for example, £200 per day, probably in Naira, that would be like 200,000 Naira per day. You know, I'm not talking about per month now, I'm talking about per day. So that is still a lot of money. Imagine getting that for 2 months or 3 months. That is the salary that you're supposed to get for like a year or 2 years that you've already gotten in 2, 3 months. That is the space you can put yourself at the end of this training, you know. So it's really, really, it's, as I said, it's one of the um easiest point of entry because it's low code. It doesn't involve coding. WordPress web developer, it's not, it doesn't require coding, and which you'll learn as we go on later on as well. And also, you can work remotely from any part of the world. Any part of the world, you can work remotely, whether you are in Zimbabwe, Zambia, Uganda, Nigeria, UK, you can work remotely for any company, as long as you know what you are doing, and it's in high demand. Most organizations, even you can look beyond, by the time you know your onions, you can look beyond even working for companies. You can start working for individuals, startup companies that wants to create a website, a low budget companies that want to create a website. You can start targeting those companies and getting your money, you know. As you are targeting companies, you are targeting individuals that, are just going into a business that they need a website, and you can do all these things for them, So you cannot restrict yourself, the sky is big enough. All depends where you want to fly to. But what we can assure you is by the time you are done with the training, you'll be able to pick up any job, whether an individual job, or a corporate job, you'll be able to pick up. So there will be nothing like you are out of money again, because you get tired to the extent that you start rejecting jobs. You know, it's going to get to that state that, you start rejecting jobs. You know what? I've got too many on my hands that I've not finished. You know, you can imagine that it gets to that point that you start rejecting that, you know what, I can't do this. I have so many projects on my hand that I'm still yet to deliver. That is where you want to put yourself. As long as you are not out of job, you can never be out of money. And I think that is what most people are after, or we are looking for money, you know, and you are working smart as well. You are working at the comfort of your home. You can take your kids to school, you can go to the mechanics, you can do what you want because it literally you are working for yourself. You are working smart compared to someone like probably a doctor or a nurse. They need to go to shift and do their 12 hours. There's no way they can work remotely, you know. They are getting the money, but they are working hard for the money. Compared to you, you are dealing with 3 clients. You've gotten 3 jobs from 3 different clients. You are working at your own pace. You are working at the comfort of your own home, and you can do other things as well. You can have, time for your kids, for your children. You can do other things, anything you want to do. At the same time, you are making your money. You are making your cool money. That is what everybody wants, and that is the position that you find yourself, after you embark on this journey. At the end of this journey, you'll be able to achieve all what I just said. All right. This is error, so it's a 2 month. All right. So the program is for 2 months. It's a practical program that will run twice a week for 2 months. And as I said, we don't deal with theoreticals. We deal with hands-on training. And as you are going through the practical, you are involving yourself on a project as well. As you are learning, you are undertaking a project to enhance your skills so that by the time you are done, you can start picking jobs. You can start picking remote jobs. Oh, I want a website. I want a quick website done. Into retailing. I want a website that, my system, my customers can be able to sign up, register. You can pick up such jobs easily at the end of this 2-month program. So that's the roadmap. As I said, the training will be for 2 months. Sorry, I don't know. So that will be for 2 months. And also, part of that 2 months, it's a practical training, but also you'll be involved on a project. You'll be involved on a group project as well that you need to do with your team members to build something. You'll be involved on that as well. As I said earlier on, we don't preach certificate because certificates alone cannot get you the job. You need the hands-on practical experience to get the job. So we focus on the hands-on experience. We focus on what matters. What we know will get you the job. That is what we focus on, and that is the practical training and the project that you'll be getting from us. All right. So now that you are done with the training and the project, but you are not getting jobs. You are not getting calls. You'll be wondering what is going on. And this is to people who are targeting corporations, because for this WordPress web development, you cannot, if you don't want to target, you can target different sectors. If you don't want to target corporations, you can target individuals, as I said, startup companies or family and friends that want a website done, both within the company and outside the company. But again, for you not to restrict yourself, you can target corporations as well. So for those that wants to target corporations, big companies, outside the companies, you need to revamp, you need to optimize your brand. And when I'm talking about optimization of your brand, I'm talking about your CV and your LinkedIn. So for those that wants to start applying for international jobs, you need to revamp your CV to international standards. Also, LinkedIn as well, you need to be in that space as well, because LinkedIn has now become, a popular professional marketplace that recruiters now go to, to scout for qualified candidates. So you need to be in that space as well. So when you do this too, you optimize, you revamp your CV to international standard, you optimize your LinkedIn page, you'll be surprised at how many people will be approaching you for job. Your phone will keep buzzing. Oh, we saw your CV on so website. Are you still available? Are you still in the market? Are you still available for work? And that is the space you want to be, for your phone to constantly be buzzing for calls. And when you are getting the calls, you can be rest assured that yes, you are going to get the interview as well. And that is another stage that we assist with as well, interview preparation, because we want you to go in and ace the interview. So we need to prepare you, because we believe at the end of the day, your success is also our success. So we do interview preparation with you, just to ensure that you are good to go and you are ready to you know get you are ready to get that job. All right, so quickly let me go through the start of the company start. Since 2020 till date, as I said earlier on, we've enrolled over 20,000 as enrolled across the board. And this is not a complete list of our courses. We've updated. So this is enrollment from January till June. From June till date, we've added few other courses as well, which this one is one of them as well, this WordPress web development. And you can see the number of enrollments we've had in these ones, like business analysis, over 750 enrollment this year, till June rather. Scrum Master, over 1,000 enrollment till June. That is just to show you the how much enrollment we have in each of the trainings that we offer out. So all in all, 85% of our students since start till date are currently working. 50% working in public sector, while 35% are working in the private sector and 50%, are job ready. They are still looking for job, right? So, quick one, you can see sample. This one is paying between 75,000 and 80,000 pounds per annum. This one is paying like 300 pounds per day. And you can see essential skill. You can see it here. This is a contract role, right? You can see essential skill. You can see WordPress, you know? So, all right. Let's move on. So for anyone who enrolled on our course, what are the benefits of you enrolling on our course? What do you stand to gain? The moment you pay that money, what do you stand to gain? So you get the practical training, you get to work on projects, you get the mentorship, you get the support, you get interview preparation, and also we give you a work reference for the duration that you are with us. Because you'll be working on a project, and we'll give you a work reference for that as well. So for this cost, how much is this cost going for? And this will be as it is now, we only have 10 slots left, and this will be starting on the 10th of October. So this will be on a first come, first serve basis. The actual cost for this program is actually $9.99. But for those online tonight, so this is a 24 hours deal that I'm going to put on now. The discount I'm going to put on is only valid for 24 hours. So for those enrolling within the next 24 hours, we are going to be giving 90% discount out. So meaning for those enrolling within the next 24 hours, all you have to pay is £100 instead of £1,000. I'm sure that would be shocking. As I said, this is only a 24 hours deal. After the 24 hours, then the discount will drop down to 50%. So for anyone that will enroll on the course after the 24 hours window, we can only give 50% discount. But for those that will be enrolling within the next 24 hours, you can get 90% discount for you to enroll on this course and get all the benefit that I mentioned earlier on as well. So again, we only have 10 slots. If you are interested in enrolling or embarking on this journey, the best number to contact for enrollment, the WhatsApp number, will be the number on your screen right now. So for enrollment details, if you want to enroll tonight, if you want to take up the opportunity of the 90% discount we are giving for the next 24 hours, that will be the best number to contact. So you can store that on your phone, you can screenshot it, but that will be the number, the go-to number that you'll be needing if you want to come on the journey. Again, the training will be starting on the 10th of October. It will run twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. So if there's a saying, make A when the sun still shines. If you want to take advantage, this will be the best time for you to take the advantage. All right, for now, I'm going to be pausing and I'm going to be inviting the facilitator that will take you on the journey if you are to enroll, to shed more light into, what it entails to become a WordPress developer. Do you need any IT background? Or anyone can do it. He's going to tell you more about that. So for now, I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to be inviting Adekunle to take it over from here. Thanks. See you soon.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. King. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for your time. So I am Olateju Adekunle, and I'm sure we can all hear me. Am I audible enough? Okay,
yes,
thank you, sir. All right, thank you very much, sir. So I will be the facilitator for WordPress web development, and I would be saying a brief about myself before we proceed on what WordPress web development entails. So my background, I'm actually a political science student, studied political science for 4 years. Then after then, I've engaged in social media manager, which I also acted as a digital marketer. You know, part of my experience, I stumbled into WordPress web development, in which I've had a lot of experience. I've built a lot of websites, functional websites, a blog website, healthcare websites, learning management system, which is known as LMS, you know. And all of these actually came about me not having a technical background, because I really want to emphasize on that. We all know that when it comes to web development, it entails what we call either the HTML, JavaScript, that is the coding languages. I will be happy to tell you that WordPress web development does not entail you having a technical background. Just like I've actually explained myself, coming from a political science background. So I've not gotten any computer science idea. I've not learned anything like coding. And I would tell you, every site I have developed, I have never used coding before. And that has been used through the WordPress features and the like. So what does WordPress entails? What is WordPress? Why do you need to learn a WordPress web development? What are the benefits? You know, these are the things I would actually explain in a brief, and I would also walk us through what we'll be learning at the long run, probably if we embark on this journey together. So why WordPress? Oh, okay. So WordPress actually come into being in the sense that not everyone actually have the capacity to
So
actually engage.
are you changing, have you changed your screen? Because I can only see the title.
Okay, actually I've not changed my
Oh,
screen, so
okay.
I'm just introducing it generally. Yes, thank you, sir.
Oh,
So WordPress is actually a custom content management system, that is CMS, that is being built other different plugins and themes, that is in replacement of the technical aspect. So generally, WordPress is not as technical, probably using the coding language, which is more technical. So we can categorize WordPress development as non-technical web development. So let's just go into the introduction of WordPress development. Now, WordPress is versatile and widely used as content management system, that is CMS. You know, it's being used for different organizations. You can use for individual, business, blog, you know, whichever functionalities you actually want it to do, it's very, very operative, and it's very easy to use based on it's user friendly, using themes, using plugins and the likes. I would actually be explaining these terminologies to us. So what is the benefit of learning WordPress? You know, you can learn WordPress if probably you operate as a freelancer. You know, we all know about Upwork, Fiverr, in which we as an individual would want to enroll there so as to have some foreign gigs. You know, most of us don't have these skills to get these foreign gigs. So WordPress has actually come into being, whereby it doesn't require your technical background, non-technical, as I mentioned earlier. Having a WordPress expertise, having a WordPress idea, you can register on Fiverr as a freelancer, you know, just to earn more in foreign currency, get more gigs for yourself. Also, as a business owner, you would want to have a website for yourself, okay, probably to advertise what you are selling, such like Jumia, whereby they list some of their goods, you know, where you can cut out goods, pay online using PayPal, using Stripe to make your payment. WordPress actually does that. So if you have a small business that you would want to have a website for, you can learn WordPress to build such functionalities. Also, you can use it to empower individuals just to be independent, to earn from their conveniences, you know, like what Mr. King mentioned earlier, that learning WordPress will actually give you the advantage to work from your local countries. Either in any country you find yourself, you can always work from there, since you have the basic knowledge and the skills as required. Also, it's an in-demand skill, because everywhere we need a developer. Every business actually needs a website. just to talk about what the company entails, such as about us, the mission, the vision of the company. So it's an in-demand skill. Probably you've gotten a client, a friend who is into a particular business. Such person can always bring every services they offer into a particular portfolio. You can create a website that advertises that particular services. It's just like you being into a business without having the online presence. It's quite different from the social media aspect of things. Your website brings everything you do into a single file, and it talks more about you. So you have to learn WordPress development because it helps your business grow. It's an in-demand skills. It gives you a remote opportunity. That is a trend. Since COVID, we all are aware that most people have been working remotely, just to earn from their conveniences. And WordPress has been one of the top skills that is actually required from an individual. Another thing is learning WordPress. There's what we call the hosting and domain. What is hosting? Hosting is actually a file that is being stored. It stored everything you want on your website. It's just like you having a home now. You have a home, you put every of your properties. That is hosting for you. Having an hosting is a file that stores all your website functionalities. Getting hosting will determine you having a cPanel, that is the backend, whereby you can create your domain email from there. You would have access to your My PHP admin, that is MySQL, which is a database for WordPress web development. Also, what is domain? Domain is your website address, so as to make visitors to be able to reach out to you. You would see some people, they will say, okay, jumia.ng, jumia.com, all of those things are their domain. If there is nothing like that, it can't be reachable. So you will be learning how to derive a hosting, how to buy hosting, how to buy domain from scratch. So as well, learning WordPress web development, like I mentioned earlier, that you need no technical background. Like I said, that I am a political science student, and over years, I have been operating as a WordPress web developer, in which I've been able to build a lot of websites, which I would also be sharing with us in a short time. So generally, you don't need any technical background to learn a WordPress web development. And also there's always a question that springs up, that is a WordPress developer also a full stack developer? Yes, for my research so far as you can build a front end and a back end, you are a full stack developer. And this is the advantage WordPress has given to you. What do I mean by the front end? Now, you would see that when you browse through a particular website, I would like to share my screen at this time. Okay. Now, look at this new screen here. This is what we call the interface, that is the front end of a particular website. This website is built using WordPress. These are the things you would actually achieve embarking on the journey. In 2 weeks, in 2 months, you are good to go on this. If you can build this, that is the front end of a website, you are a full stack developer. And we also have the back end of it, whereby you use your themes, your plugins to integrate a lot of functionalities. You will see that there's a video playing under this. It's a particular functionality, it's a particular plugins that make it to be. Look at this drop down here. All of these menus and the likes, the logo that actually comes to being here, it's what we call the themes. It's being built using a custom themes that is being edited. Like I said, WordPress doesn't need you to use probably your programming language to say, okay, this is where I want this to be. No, there's a custom themes already that you have to work with. It's just like a template. We all use our mobile phones, whereby you would always have a very interesting theme to use as your wallpaper. You can edit it. You can say, okay, this is where I want my gallery to be. This is where I want my images to be. This is where I want my videos to be, and the likes. So the privilege for you to be able to edit a particular theme on your phone, such privilege is what WordPress has actually bring to being. You can edit all of these themes to achieve what is actually required of you by your clients. for instance, this now, you could see, I would share another one. It's quite different from this. You know, all of these things are actually themes that is being edited. We actually achieve all of this front end using a particular things from the back end. You know, the back end is just like you actually decorating a building, you know, or let me say, probably you are building a house. Before the building, you start from the foundation till you get to the windows and the likes, you know. That is the same thing the WordPress development looks like. From the back end, it's so rough. You have to just bring one or two things together, bring the plugins, the right plugin. You could do the plugins for form, whereby people will sign up that, okay, I need this particular service. How can I reach out to you? You know, you can see that there's a WhatsApp being integrated on this particular website. You know, this is the usage of plugin. You understand? So if you are able to integrate the particular plugin for each functionalities, you will definitely achieve this. And where would you input all of this plugin? It's from the back end. So if you have the knowledge of the back end and also have a good interface at the front end, you are a full stack web developer already. The difference between you and a direct web developer is that you don't deal with coding. They deal with JavaScript, they deal with React, they deal with HTML, but you just deal with editing or customization, you know? So going forward, so like I said, we won't be emphasizing on the technical part of it because it's generally technical free. Just as far as you can know your ABC and your numbers, definitely you are good to go. You are good to learn WordPress development. Then also, what are the key components of WordPress? You know, I've been saying a lot of things that, okay, you use your plugins, you use your themes, you use the likes, you know. Excuse me. Yeah, so the components of WordPress, number one is dashboard. Okay, what is dashboard? Dashboard is, I would like to share it with you as well, so you can see the practical aspects of it. 1 second. So the dashboard is the back end of the website, you know, the back end whereby you set every functionalities you need and the like. So I would be sharing that with us. These are the things you would definitely learn on the journey. This is what we call the WordPress dashboard. You know, this is where you will install the plugins, you install the themes and the likes. You understand? So going forward now, one of the key components is the dashboard, like I just shared with us now, which entails the themes, the plugins. You have to set every functionalities from the dashboard. So the dashboard can also be known as the back end of WordPress website. So after that, we move to what we call the themes. Now, I've explained the themes to be like just as simple as the themes we use on our mobile phones, in which it brings different interfaces, which it attracts individual. You know, you would want to put a beautiful theme on your phone, probably it display a particular video and people will see that, oh, I love this. Same thing comes to WordPress development. If you want to build an e-commerce business, a e-commerce website whereby people buy from there, they cast from there, there are themes for each requirement. If it's a real estate website you want to build, there's a theme for it. There's a particular theme for it. So there are two ways of going about themes. Number one, you can customize a theme. You can build a theme from the scratch by yourself. On the journey, you will be learning that, because I would really emphasize on that so much, because some themes are actually a paid themes whereby you would have to buy them so as to do all of this. But what we will be training you on is that how to build a WordPress website without spending much. When I mean much, without spending up to 10,000 naira. If you are in Nigeria now, without spending up to 10,000 naira or 10 pounds if you are in UK, you know, I will teach you how to build each functionalities using every free plugins, using free themes, you know, and we all see the total amount a WordPress developer will earn at the end of the day. Even as a freelancer or you are working for a particular organization, it's a very huge sum of amount to take home, you know. But just imagine you building a particular website, a beautiful website like the ones I just shared with you, just with 10,000 naira or thereabouts. It's a lot of money for you. So we'll be emphasizing on the free aspect of it, whereby you will put your hands on practical training. You will get the right teams for the right requirements which your client is requesting for. After that, we move to plugins. There are a lot of plugins. We have more than 50,000 plugins out there. We have the free one, we have the premium one. And like I mentioned, we would emphasize on the free plugins. Now, what are plugins? Plugins are functionalities that extend your WordPress website. For instance, okay, I would like to share another thing with us now so as to get some basic things. Now, I mentioned something earlier that you could see this WhatsApp now. We all know that WhatsApp is an application that is being used on our mobile phone to chat, to reach out. You can definitely connect it with your desktop as well. But you built a website and your client is actually requesting that I would want people to reach out to me directly from my website on WhatsApp. It's a particular plugins that we actually determine this action. Without that plugin, it can't come to being. So this WhatsApp as well have its own plugin that you will have to integrate from the backend, which will give you this interface you are seeing at the front end. So this particular plugin, they are paid one, they are also free one. So all of this thing is what we will definitely emphasize. Just imagine you actually build this particular website for a client. You could see just without using any technical thing, without using coding, everything using WordPress. Everything using WordPress, And the next we'll be moving to is the content types. Yeah, what are the contents? I used to tell people that content is anything that provides information. Content is anything that provides an information. Please, can you still hear me? Can you all hear me? Hello?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, I used to tell people that,
yes,
thank you, Mr. King. Content is anything that provides information for an individual. It could be image, it could be a video, it could be a write-up, it could be article. So far it provides information from an individual, it's a content. It's a content. So content is part of the element for WordPress. It's part of the element for WordPress web development. It's part of the component which is needed. For instance, a company actually come to you that I want a blog website. I would want you to build me a blog website. Generally, anything about blog deals with what? Article. It deals with you providing videos. It could be a vlog, a vlog post. It could be an audio or anything. So it shows that on your website, on your WordPress backend, there are plugins which you would use to integrate all of these things, all of these contents. For instance, I would like to share another slide with us so as to be sure that this is very possible. It's what you can achieve as an individual. Okay, look at this learning website. You could see that there's a video playing underground. You would imagine that, oh, how did this video get here? How come is it playing? This is not, I didn't use any coding or any programming language for this. It's also a plugin, and this is a content. You can see, so all of these images here, all of these write-ups, they are content that is being developed from the backend, and they are also components because all of these form a website. It makes it functional. It makes it functional. Then going forward, what are the key features of WordPress? What are the key features? Number one, it's very easy to use. Like I said earlier, that as far as you can identify your A to Z, your 1 to 100 or whichever, definitely you should be able to make use of a WordPress web development. You can be a WordPress developer. I don't even like calling people WordPress developer. I call them full stack developer because like I said earlier, you can build the front end and the back end of a particular website. You are a full stack developer. So WordPress is very easy to use. It's very easy to use. Looking at the themes as well, like I said, the themes are very easy to use. You can customize them to suit your particular purpose. As well, it's use of friendly plugins, add-ons whereby you can add a slide, you can add a pop-up form, you can add a call to action. It's very easy to integrate. There are some people that would actually create a Google form that probably they want people to fill, and also they want that to be attached to their website. It's very possible. You can achieve that through WordPress development, WordPress website. You can add a Google form to it. You can optimize it. It's also SEO friendly. What do I mean by SEO? It is a general term that is being called search engine optimization. And I used to say anything that brings out results, you place a keyword on a particular thing and you are able to generate a particular result. That is search engine. I used to tell people Facebook is search engine because if you put my name on Facebook, probably Olatejo Adekunle, it will search out a result. That is search engine. If you place a particular keyword on Google, probably what is WordPress, for instance, it will give you a result. That is search engine. Similar to other platform like that. So WordPress as well is SEO friendly. You can integrate SEO with what? WordPress, whereby most of your content can be searchable on Google. And one thing about most organizations is that, a lot of people want their organization to be at the top of the world. What do I mean? When you place a particular company on search on Google, you will see what we call the Google ranking. Probably you will see the 5-star, the 6 stars, and the likes. That is as a result of using the right keywords. And how many times are they searchable when people are searching on them for them? All of this thing is being done from the WordPress back end. For instance, you have to integrate your Google Analytics. You have to input it. There's what we call the Facebook mental appraisal. It also shows how you can retarget. That is Facebook retargeting your leads. All of this thing is possible using WordPress. And that is why I would tell you, and I'm sure you would want to agree with me, that a lot of organizations are trooping into WordPress of recent because, all of these plugins I've mentioned, the SEO and the likes, are what organization needs to get to the top of the world. It makes them searchable. It's very easy to optimize. It's very easy to integrate. So that is why most organizations are running into WordPress. And this is a big opportunity for you if you embark on this journey. Just imagine we have 100 organizations all over the world and they are looking for a WordPress developer to optimize their account, to optimize their website, and you are there. Definitely you will be getting a lot of gigs out of it. I will tell you that a lot of my colleagues who are into coding and the likes, most of them even still come to me and say, oh, how can we go about this work? Because it is the trend. It's just like the way AI just come into being and everybody are using ChatGPT to generate content, to generate and the likes, using copy.ai. All of those things is just as a result of a development. Is as a result of a development. So what am I trying to say is that WordPress is SEO friendly, and this is the key things that an organization actually needs. Also, it's community support. It has a community support whereby it's friendly to everybody. Anybody can actually use a WordPress website. Anybody can use it. Any organization at all. Like I showed us initially, I showed us the real estate website. I showed us a learning institute website. Even if it's an healthcare company, you can definitely use a WordPress website. Going forward, is the security is very, very intact. Talking about the WordPress security part of it, we use a plugin that is being called Jetpack. We have wireframe that makes your website to be secure and to be free from hackers. That is that. Also, it has a multimedia support. You can always upload a lot of videos on it. You can even integrate your YouTube channel with your WordPress website. It is possible. It is as well mobile responsive. It's another thing entirely that we really emphasize on if we embark on this journey. There are a lot of websites you would build that, okay, it will be very nice on your desktop. For coming to the mobile part of it, it will be well arranged. You can just go to all of the websites I've shown you. You can check them on your mobile. You will see how presentable it is. It's well in order and well conformed. That is another aspect of WordPress. it is mobile friendly, and we will really emphasize on that, because when we are on the practical aspect of it, we will be learning how to build a very best website using your desktop and also making it mobile friendly. You know, the size is quite different. Your mobile view is different from your desktop view. So definitely we have to achieve the both. We have to achieve the both. Okay, so customization and development, I've actually explained most of those things. That is the custom website, themes, the custom plugins, and the likes. You know, I would like to share one thing again with us, which I've shown us before. You know, sometimes you would look at how can I register? How can I develop a website that can register people and people can enroll for some of my courses? You know, looking at this is very, very possible. You know, for instance, now you can see we have the login button here. We have a register button. This is built with WordPress website and using some particular plugins, so as to tell you that whatever anybody is actually doing using coding, you can definitely do it. You can definitely achieve it. You would even achieve something better than that, because you've gotten a lot of options to use. You've gotten a lot of custom plugins to use on your own. Also, okay, excuse me, 1 second. 1 second. Okay, I've explained the security plugins, talking about WordFence, talking about Jetpack and the likes. I've talked about the mobile responsiveness. And okay, so we have different type of websites. Like I said earlier, we have for the blog, you know, you can build a blog website like this, which I'm displaying. You can definitely build a business website. You know, most people don't know how to differentiate the blog website from the business website. We all think that, okay, everything actually brings in money. As far that I am earning, this is it. Fine, it's true. But the interface are actually different. The interface are actually different. And these are the things we will definitely be emphasizing at the course of the training. What is the difference between a blog website and a business website? Do you know that on a business website, you can also have a blog menu whereby you can always display a blog post on a business website? You will definitely learn that as well. You know, we also have what we call the e-commerce website. Like, for instance, I use Jumia as an example. That is a place whereby you can buy, you can cut out a particular item. You pay through online, probably use a PayPal, you use Stripe and the likes to make your payments, or you use your MasterCard or your Visa card. All of this thing is what we will be learning. Not only learning, we will be developing such things. Just the same thing as what you have in mind. We will develop everything from start to finish. Also, we have non-profits, that is the NGO website, you know, individual that have actually gotten some idea to assist, to raise some things. You know, we will definitely build a website on that. So there are different solutions we will be definitely working on when we embark on this training. So to cap it all, the conclusion part of it is just that I would actually employ us to understand the fact that a WordPress developer or a WordPress website does not require you to have a technical background. I'm really emphasizing on that because I as well come from that aspect, being a political science student, and I've been able to develop different websites, such like the one I just display on my screen, you know, and you embarking on this journey is things that you will definitely learn in 2 months, 100%, which I'm very sure when you are launching out, you will definitely earn and be the best out there. You will even be bold enough to compete with people who are even using coding. You'll be bold enough. Just for instance, look at everything I've displayed. I have people that are into coding and they are always amazed looking at, oh, how do you achieve this? How do you get this referral code? You know, there are websites you will build whereby you would need a referral code, you know, for people to enroll, just like a B2B website. We're building that. It's possible on WordPress. So WordPress is possible. Anything at all you want to achieve is achieved on WordPress. You can achieve it. So I'll give room for question if you've gotten anything to ask. So thank you, Mr. King. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thanks for that. If you have any questions, please, this is the time for you to You can start raising your hand or drop your questions on the chat. Again, let me just share my screen. Uh, for the benefit of those that are just joining, we have a 24 hours discount that we are giving out. So the duration is for 2 months, runs twice a week for 2 months. The cost is actually $9.99, but we have, for anyone that wants to take the advantage of the 90% discount, the 90% discount is only valid for 24 hours. So that is for those that wants to enroll between now and tomorrow night, only 24 hours, you get 90%. Then after that, the discount will drop down to 50% if you want to get on the course. Also, for enrollment details, if you want to enroll or if you have any questions you want to ask after the session, you can reach me on the WhatsApp number on your screen. The start date for this will be the 10th of October. And as it is now, when we started, we have 10 slots. Now we have 8 slots left. So any question from anyone?
Yes, good evening to Saidin. Namibia is
Yeah,
past 10.
good evening.
Yes, I just want to ask, I came a bit late and I'm seeing this session is being recorded. So will you able to share it on the email that you have read to us, or how do we get this session?
Are you on the WhatsApp group?
No.
You are not. I think they just shared, I already shared the WhatsApp group. If you join the WhatsApp group, the recorded version will be shared on this WhatsApp group. I already send it now on the chat. So I just resent it
All right.
on the chat. So if you join that WhatsApp group, the recorded version will be sent out by tomorrow on the WhatsApp group. Also, it will be available on our YouTube channel at Learn with Pride. If you just search Learn with Pride on YouTube, um, you get it as well. The price to pay if you are taking advantage of the 90% discount is only £100 for the training, for the 2 months training. So if you are taking advantage of the 90% discount, which only valid for 24 hours, you are only paying £100 for the 2 months duration. After the 24 hours, then the discount will drop down to 50%. But if you want to take advantage between now and tomorrow, then you can still get it for £100. That is to pricey. Proceed. All right. Any other question from anyone? Yeah, Christopher, you can unmute yourself.
I hope you can hear me.
But it's really faint. If you can speak up.
Well, I'm Christopher from Ghana. My issue has to do with remarks about you not giving certificates. I don't really know, but then it's my hope that it's something you might have to consider in
Let,
the
let
near
me
future.
let me let me let me quickly stop you there. Probably I didn't mention this. What I said is, when it comes to all these professional certificate, people going to do PMP thinking that will be the one that will get them the job. No, we don't do that. We are not set out for that. We concentrate on you getting the job. But that being said, all our courses are CPD accredited, meaning they meet the professional standard. And the certificate that we give you at the end of the program is recognized in over 60 countries. Ghana, Nigeria, Zimbabwe, UK, Canada, Australia, you know, in over 60 countries, it is recognized. Can we stop? Oh, 1 second. All right. So the certificate we give you is recognized in over 60 countries. So yes, you are getting a certificate which is recognized internationally. So there's nothing to worry about. Has I answered your question, Christopher?
Yes, yes. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Any other question from anyone? We don't want to take too much of your time. So again, if you want to enroll between now and tomorrow, that number on your screen will be the best number to contact for enrollment details or for any question. Hello?
Yes, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
This is Francis from Zambia, Lusaka.
Hello, Francis.
Yes. So my question, I'm a student, currently studying digital media. However, our lecturers use Dreamweaver.
I can hardly hear you, Francis.
I'm saying I'm a student doing digital media, which consists of web development.
Okay.
So our lecturers use Dreamweaver to code and build websites. So my question is, does WordPress give those codes that you can copy and paste them in other coding data so that you can use them once they are validated or checked? Because what they have a problem with checking when they find that your website wasn't built with the desired applications that they want you to do.
Adekunle, did you get that question? I can hardly hear him.
I barely hear what is actually asking. Probably you can just type it on the chat so we can read it out.
Yeah, you can type your question and we'll read it out. We can hardly hear you. It's very faint.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, type it out and I'll read it out.
Okay.
This is from Newton. Which plugin do you use to create sign up and login page?
Okay, thank you, Newton, for that question. You know, like I said, there are different websites you would want to build. If for a learning website, you know, there are themes that comes with their particular plugins in which it will definitely show you the right plugin that matches with that theme. So create a login and register. But the general one which you can always use, you can use your login WP. You can place a search on it from the backend, that is adding a plugin. You can search for login WP, or you can use what we call a profile builder. You can use a profile builder. You can use login WP.
Yeah, thanks for that. Any other question from anyone? Just to repeat, the start date will be 10th of October. 90% discount till end of tomorrow, then goes up to 50%. So we can make A when the sun still shines. Take advantage of the opportunity that is presented to you so that you can equip yourself with the right skills and knowledge for you to start earning, you know, what you actually deserve. All right. Any other question from anyone? Kindly type. Any other question from anyone? You can raise your hand or you can just type your questions on the chat. Christopher again, right? You can unmute.
Thank you. Something just dropped in my mind. Should one miss this opportunity? Is there other sections that we can join later? Because
that might be next year, but we'll give discount out, but I can't just say whether it's going to be 90% for 24 hours or 50%. I can't say. But yes, we'll be running another one. Might just be next year. Might be January next year. Because the year is running to an end already. So if this starts in October, it's going to finish October. It's going to finish early December. So there's no way we can run any other one till next year. That is it. All right. Any other question from anyone before we draw the curtain for today? Any clarification? Again, if you want to reach me, if you are interested to enroll and take the 90% and take the advantage of the 90% discount, you can message me on the number on your screen and we can get started from there. All right. Any final word from anyone before we call it a day? No. All right, Christopher.
yes, I just want to say thank you very much for this opportunity, and then most especially your co-presenter. In fact, he has really given us an eye-opener during his presentation, and I really do appreciate it. Yeah, this is what I just have to say. Thank you.
You're welcome, Christopher. You're welcome. All right. I think Francis has dropped his question on the chat. Adekunle, do you want to read that? And if you know the answer to it, quickly answer him.
Yeah, thank you, sir. So I would like to read that. My question is, does WordPress generate the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript code while you are building the website? The codes might be needed in case where the lecturer wants to, I'm sure you meant for a lecturer. Lecturers want us to use Dreamweaver to build, but when I use other code editors. Okay, like I said, that WordPress is actually code free. It doesn't require any programming language at all. Everything has been customized. What you'll be learning is how to edit all of those things to suit particular taste or whatever requirement that is being given to you. So you wouldn't be needing any code, anything at all. There are customized themes, customized plugins that you just have to learn how to integrate, how to build your own from the scratch without using code at all. And that is why I would want us to really learn this, because before you would be able to learn what is coding and the like, some takes about 6 months, 4 months, a year. But this is what WordPress will do for you in 2 months. What you want to use 1 year to achieve, you can achieve it in 2 months and start earning from there. So WordPress does not require you to use any code at all. They are built customizing themes and the likes, which you just have to edit. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for that. Any other question, any final question from anyone before we call it a day? And maybe see some of you on the journey. Any final question from anyone? All right. Thanks everyone for joining today's session. Again, you can take advantage of the 90% discount. This will be valid till end of day tomorrow. So price to pay would only be £100 for the course. If you want to take advantage, or if it's in Naira, that will only be 120,000 Naira. And other currency, you can convert it as well. So I believe it's a good opportunity. You can never get this anywhere. I can beat my chest to that. You can never get this opportunity anywhere. Anybody giving you 90% discount to learn something that you can start making £200, £300 a day. You don't even spend up to that £200 to learn it. So that is why it's good to make a when the sun still shines. If you are interested, please kindly message me on this number before the end of tomorrow to take advantage of the 90% discount. The recording will be available on the WhatsApp group and also on our YouTube channel. So you can just search Learn with Pride on YouTube and you have access to the recording by tomorrow. So
Hello.
Hello, yeah.
Yeah, so I've got a question. Must you, if let's say I sign up, must I attend the live class? Like if let's say I'm kind of busy, or can I?
You can catch up with the recording. So you have all students that will enroll will have access to our LMS, and
Okay.
every session will be recorded. And so even if you miss any class, you can catch up. You can just log into your LMS and catch up with the recording.
Okay, fantastic. All right, thank you.
You're welcome, sir. All right. All right. So thanks everyone. If you really want to take advantage of the opportunity, kindly message before the end of tomorrow to take advantage of the 90% discount. And hopefully I'm going to be seeing as in most of you on the journey together. Thanks everyone. Have a good night and good night. Thanks. Bye-bye.